Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to create this makeup look. I used one palette for this entire eye makeup. I didn't use anything aside from the Kat Von D Shade and Light Quad Contour Palette, and I used the Plum one. I picked these up at the Sephora VIB Rouge sale, which was, I don't know, a month ago or so. I lose track of time. I cannot keep my head straight. But it was kind of recent, and I have been playing with these eyeshadows, but I haven't done a tutorial using just these palettes. So yeah, I created this. I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and let's get started. Bye. So I've already done one eye. I wanted this to be a really concise, short, digestible video for you guys, so let's go ahead and get started. So first I'm going to take my 224 brush by MAC, which is just a good basic blending brush, and I'm going to take this big kind of like multi matte shade, and I'm going to put this in my crease as my transition shade. Transition shade. I am going to dust a little more of this on the outer half of my eye right here and work my way kind of towards the center. I want to go a little bit higher than my crease because once I go in with the darker plum shades, I want you to still see a peak of that pink coming through. I don't want to cover all of that with the purple. Next, I'm going to go in with the brightest and lightest shade, which is this one right here. It's a really pale, bright, it has a little tint of like a lilac base to it, and I'm going to put that on the inner corner of my eye. Even though it looks lilac in the palette, when it goes on the eye, you barely see any of that purple. You really see it when it's next to these other purples, but it's not like a really purple shade. So it's like a really good all over color. If you choose not to use the other shades from this eye look or this eye palette, you can still use this with like more neutral shades. So I'm going to put this just in my outer corner, and then I am going to put this underneath my eyebrow as my highlight, and I'm using the same brush. This is a 219 pencil brush by MAC. So see, this isn't too purple. I can still use it underneath my brow without it looking like I've put purple under my brow. So that's nice. Okay, then next I'm going to go back in with that 239 brush, and I'm going to take this kind of like, I guess it's mauve. It's a dark, I wouldn't say it's dark purple because this obviously is darker, but it's a good like blackberry plum color. And I'm going to put this basically from the center of my eyelid. I'm going to pack it towards the outer corner of my eye. Basically directly on top of where I packed that first shade that I also used in my transition shade. I'm going to go directly on top of that with this color. This color really reminds me of that color by MAC called Blackberry. If you ever use that, that's pretty much what this is, but this is better quality. It's much more pigmented than that shade. Very like creamy looking. Okay, then next I'm going to take this darkest purple in here, which kind of reminds me of Sketch from MAC, but again, just better quality. And I'm going to pack that on the outer corner here. I'm not quite going to take it to the center of my eye like I did with those other shades. I'm really just going to focus this on the outer corner of my eye. Once I've got the color like pretty well packed down, then I can go back with my brush and just kind of like change the motion. As you can see, at first I'm just packing it, which is just pressing and applying that color. Then I'm going to go back and gently kind of wiggle my brush, which is going to kind of blend it out, but I still am going to go back in with the 224 brush to soften any edges. I'm not using the 224 brush to apply my color though, because this is a pretty big fat brush, and if I used those dark shades it would just make a big huge mess. So I'm using my smaller brush to apply the color where I want it, and then I'm using this brush to soften out all the edges and blend everything together. My pressure is super light. I wish you guys could really like feel the pressure that I'm using. I mean, I'm just barely using the tip of this brush, not like pressing it down. You know what I mean? Just be really, really light-handed. I don't want to blend it all together. I still want you to see kind of that variation of color. So I just want to like softly, subtly blend it out so it's just enough but not too much. Next, I'm going to go in with the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner, and this is just something I got in a Sephora Play box. I really like this though. I'm going to have to go and buy one of these. And I'm just going to line my eyes with this. I'm not a huge fan of like the liquid liner look on myself. Not that I'm not a fan on it on other people. It's just not something that I feel like looks really great on me. But I really like this a lot. I think the reason I don't like it on me is because I've never really mastered it. I've never felt really comfortable with it, and I think that's probably more so. I do like the look of smudged liner though a little bit better. I am gonna very ever so slightly give myself like the tiniest wing. And the only reason I'm doing that is because I don't really want to go down. I don't want to follow the natural shape of my eye, which would basically have me take this liquid liner down. Because liquid liner is more like intense, if I were to pull it down, I feel like it would just make my eye look droopy. So I'm just gently pulling that up. I don't even know if you can see it, but it's like the smallest, tiniest wing that you could imagine. I kept the liner really thin because I basically just want this to be a base for my lashes. As you can see on this eye, you don't even really see the liner. It just gives a good base for the lash strip so that you don't see the lash strip. And I'm using Kiss lashes in the style Ritzy. These are not the blooming lashes, which I really like by Kiss, but these are the other style that I like of their standard line. On my lips, while this is drying on my lips, I have on the shade Speak Your Mind by Bare Minerals. I really like this shade. It's a really pretty pink. It's like brighter than a nude, but it's not super bubblegummy. And then for my lip liner, I'm using that Kryolan contour pencil that I've been talking about in my last few videos. It's the contour pencil in 925. It is the most perfect pinky nude liner I have ever found. If it were mechanical, it would be like a dream, but I don't mind that it's sharpening because it's just that good. Okay, so once I had all my eye makeup on this eye, I did go underneath and just dust a little bit of the Marc Jacobs highlighting shade from this palette underneath my eye. Okay, so let's go ahead and work on the lower lash line. I am going to line the inner rim of my eye and brighten that area up, which I love to do. And I'm using the Eye Bright Pencil by Benefit. This is a good shade because it has more of a pink undertone to it versus the yellow that I usually go with, or like the peachy. This is pink, so it works really well with those shades that we're using on the eye. Then for my primer on my lower lash line, I'm using that Bobbi Brown cream eyeshadow stick in Nude Beach. I used this in my last video, and I really like this for exactly what I'm doing right here, which is basically putting a primer down on my lower lash line so that the eyeshadow I use sticks. And since I am using eyeshadow for my lower lash line, I'm not using an eyeliner. I want something to just make the colors pop a little bit more and keep them on all day. So I'm going to use all the shades from the palette. First, I'm going to go in and take this brighter shade right here, and I'm going to put that all in the inner corner of my eye to just brighten that whole area up. Next, I'm going to go all over the cream shadow with that malty kind of pinky shade that we used in our crease. Then I'm going to layer on top of that the medium purple that we used. I'm basically working from light to dark here. Then the last shade is this dark one, and I'm just going to pop that right here on the corner of my eye. I don't want to bring it too far because I don't want it to be too dark underneath there. Then next I'm going to pop a little mascara. And that completes this eye makeup tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. I really like this look. I have to say that it's, I wouldn't say it's out of my comfort zone because I do like these shades and I do feel very comfortable in these shades, but it's a little bit different than some of the standard looks that I've been uploading recently. So yeah, but as far as this palette goes, I'm a huge fan of it. It's really, really great quality. The other one that I have is the, grab it. It's the more like neutrals. It's the one called Rust. And I haven't played around with this too much. I've used like separate shades in here for certain looks, but I haven't created an entire look like I did today with this palette. So maybe I'll do that next. If you guys want to see a look with this palette, let me know in the comment section below and I'd be happy to do that for my next look. Also, let me know if you like this style of video where I have one eye already done and then we just go through the second eye together. I want to kind of make my videos a little shorter and easier for you guys to watch. I know no one really has time to watch like 15 to 20 minute videos. So let me know if you like this style or if you like to see the whole face. I love your feedback. But yeah, thank you guys for watching and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!